Today I wanted to talk about PCOS and 3 signs that you might have PCOS. And y'all drop your questions. I make a lot of videos about PCOS and y'all always ask me questions in my DMs. But I thought, why not go live and actually answer y'all's questions live and get more people to chime in. But in case you don't know me, my name is Dr. Ndidi Ihim. I am a pharmacist and a certified functional medicine and nutrition practitioner. And I help women who are dealing with polycystic ovary syndrome or PCOS reverse it in natural ways without using medications or a fad diet. Yes, I'm a pharmacist, but I still like the natural way of doing things. And so that's my mission. I love focusing on women's health. I suffered through my own struggles. As a young girl, I suffered through heavy periods, very extremely painful periods. Then it went on into severe cystic acne and then miscarriages. And then here I am. I was looking for solutions everywhere and I couldn't find it. I was on YouTube all the time and I wasn't getting any answers. And so I took my knowledge, I took my clinical background and I put it together and I reversed all those things. Now I don't have cystic acne anymore. My periods are very light. I don't have any pains anymore. And I said there are other women and girls out there that will, be there looking for solutions like me. And I have all this knowledge and I have to put it out. So today I'm going to be talking about 3 signs that you might have PCOS and something you need to look for if you're a woman and you're suffering from any kind of sugar craving, carbs. You're trying to figure out why you're working out but you're not losing weight. You might want to tune in and you might want to take notes. So get your pen, get your paper, and this is going to be brief. I'm going to make 3 points and, give you a way to reach out so we could, see how we could work further. But PCOS or polycystic ovary syndrome is a disorder that affects women. 2 out of every 10 women, they have it, but they don't know that they have it because the symptoms are very varied. So some people might show up with severe cystic acne. Some people might show up with miscarriages. Some people might show up with weight issues that they can't get rid of or fatigue. So all of those things are happening. And you as a person, you're just thinking, oh, I'm tired today. Or, oh, my period didn't come. Or my period is so irregular. Or, oh, I just lost another baby. Or I can't get pregnant. And your mind is not telling you, oh, all of these things are actually related. You might have PCOS. So that's the problem with PCOS is you don't know that you have it or you don't know the name. And all those things are just occurring. So today I'm going to focus specifically on insulin resistance and how it relates to PCOS. Okay. So what is insulin resistance? Insulin resistance just means that your body is not responding to insulin the way it needs to. And guys, if you have any questions, drop it down in the comments. I definitely will go ahead and answer those questions in between. So hi everybody. Hi Dami. Hi Melvin. Hi Maya. Hi. Thank you for coming in. Hi Quick Vibes. Hi EC. Hi Asia. Thank you all for coming in. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop it down below. Hi, Ms. Mookie. And if you're not following me, guys, go ahead and click follow right there. I really appreciate it. If you like anything women's content or PCOS, definitely want to be following me. Okay, so as I was saying, so insulin resistance just means that your body is not responding to insulin. So whenever you eat something, insulin is supposed to be like the Uber in your body that takes those things you eat and takes it to different cells. So if you eat some carbs, it'll take you to, where you need muscle and, where you need like energy. If you eat some proteins, then that helps with building your muscle. If you eat some fat, then it'll take you to like your thighs, your butt, things where fat is supposed to be. So it's supposed to keep you warm, right? Now, what happens when your insulin is not working, when you have insulin resistance? Then it means that when you're eating those things, they're not going to where they're needed. So they stay high in your bloodstream. So now the next time you go to your doctor and you do a blood work, they're like, oh, you have high blood sugar. Oh, you have high cholesterol. Or, oh, there's protein in your urine. All of those things are bad. We don't want that. So you definitely want to make sure that your insulin is working. Now, for women who have insulin resistance and you have PCOS, this is where you have a problem. Number one sign, you're craving sugar or carbs a lot. all the time. Like you just ate a whole big old bowl of rice. Next thing you're like, I wonder if that sandwich is going to be ready in like 30 minutes. Like immediately you're craving it. So essentially what is happening is your body eats those carbs or those sugars and it's staying high in your bloodstream. So instead of it going to where it's needed, your body is just telling it, hey, we're just going to hang out in the blood because we don't know where to go. So that is essentially what is happening. When you start seeing yourself eating a lot of sugars or eating a lot of carbs and you're like, I can't control myself, you might want to look at your insulin. Is my insulin working? Because anytime insulin is high in your bloodstream, you're also going to be gaining a lot of weight. It happens. Insulin is our hormone, just FYI in case you didn't know. Number 2 sign that you might have PCOS in relating to insulin resistance is dark patches. So you see some people that they just kind of have dark patches on some part of their skin. It could be on their armpits, on their neck. The scientific name for it is acanthosis nigricans, something like that. So basically what that is it's a sign that your body is trying to put out that, hey, insulin is not working. And we're, our skin, we're going to just purge it out from the skin. Okay. So if you're having dark patches on I've seen some people have it on your head, but I've mostly seen it on the neck, armpits, are the most common places where you see it. That could be a sign that you might be suffering from insulin resistance and your body is now trying to tell you, hey, go ahead and do something about this, okay? Number 3 sign that you might also be suffering from insulin resistance as it relates to PCOS is weight. Weight, you can't get rid of this weight, and it's mostly in the visceral area. That means it's mostly like in your tummy area. So you could be working out, you could be eating only vegetables, you could be going to the gym and working out for 2 hours straight, but you're not losing weight. Instead, you might be gaining weight. You might be gaining when you're like, what is going on? I could never lose the weight. That is a problem. That is a sign that your body might be trying to tell you, hey, let's go ahead and see if we could go ahead and take care of this. If we're not losing weight, insulin is not working. That means everything you're eating is just staying in your bloodstream. We need to try something different. So these are the things that you need to keep in mind. So you've never heard of PCOS before, or you're like, what is it? Polycystic ovary syndrome. It has so many, I'll call it, it's like bipolar or like multiple polars because it shows up in different ways. But one thing with PCOS is one symptom doesn't mean you have PCOS. You don't even need to have cysts on your ovaries for you to have PCOS. It's just a combination of different symptoms showing up together that could be pointing towards PCOS. So if you DM me all the time, and guys, if you have any question, make sure you put it below. Hey Chavo, hey Herman, hey Devadi, thank you all for coming in. Hey Nisi. So guys, go ahead and put your comments below. I don't know if I'm missing any comments, but I don't see any comments so far. So essentially, if you need to, first of all, you want to figure out if you have PCOS or if insulin resistance is your problem, those 3 things I just mentioned will definitely point to if you have PCOS relating to insulin resistance. So if you fix the insulin resistance, then you essentially fix your PCOS. So craving sugar. Number 2, dark patches on your skin, especially in your neck or in your armpits. And number 3, you have weight that's hard for you to get rid of. If that is your problem, you might be suffering from insulin resistance, PCOS. So guys, I did create a free resource. I have a free guide that I would like for you to go ahead and grab. Women, we have to advocate for ourselves. This is Women's Month, and a lot of people are not speaking up for us. So we have to take control over our own health. And that's why I'm really an advocate for us and women's health. And I'm hoping to reach as many people as possible. Guys, if you know any women in your life, your girlfriend, your wife, your mom, your sister, anybody, your cousin, and you know, hey, something she just said, I've seen it in somebody, go ahead and share this. Send them this, let them go ahead and follow my page. They could learn 1 or 2 things that will change their life around, because I know it did for me, and that is my goal. So guys, if you're liking this so far, please go ahead and like, let's get the likes up. But essentially, I want you guys to know that I'm a resource. Like on my link in my bio, I did create a free guide. It's called What They Don't Tell You About PCOS, or What Your Doctor Doesn't Tell You About PCOS. You definitely want to go ahead and get that, and get it for whoever, you know, is in your life that you know they need it. They need to learn about PCOS and why they might be going through what they've been going through. If they've been having fertility issues, if they've been having problems, you know, just eating a lot of sugar and carbs all the time. If they've been saying, man, I've been working out since the beginning of the year and I'm not losing anything, or I just lost 1 pound. Well, what else might be going on in your body that we need to look at? Someone says, does it happen on kids from 8 to 12 that their biological mother have type 1 diabetes? Okay, so PCOS, it could be passed down to daughters. Yes. And if a child starts their menstrual cycle early, then yes, it is possible. I do know of an 8-year-old that started their period like last year, very young for that matter. And yes, those things could be passed down. So you as a parent, it will benefit you to also learn about how to take care of this, so you could also guide those children or those girls as they grow. Definitely helpful. Let me see, am I missing any other messages? Okay, definitely helpful. One thing I know for sure, if you could cut the sugar cravings, you know, that could help. What of boys? So boys, no. So PCOS is something that affects women or girls. So you have to be female to be able to have PCOS. So it's something with the estrogen or an imbalance most times. So it's not something for boys to worry about. Boys have their own problems, but for girls, yes, PCOS is for females. It affects women. So yeah, that's what happens. If you guys keep adding your questions in here and let me know what questions you have. I'm liking this, guys. And, you know, keep liking so TikTok can push this content out for other women and girls that need to see this. I really, really want to be out there, you know, teaching and helping other people. Just like I said, I suffered through this as a child, and I didn't know what was going on. I would have my period every month with excruciating pain. I took so many over-the-counter pain meds that my body got tolerant of it, that all I could do is just throw up. I would take like the max dose of ibuprofen, Aleve, naproxen, all of them. And at some point, my body just started rejecting it. So I would just have to stay there in pain. And it was like someone taking 20 knives and just stabbing your back and your stomach. That was what I was going through for 20 years until I figured out how to take care of myself and reverse PCOS. But the boys have dark patches on their neck. Okay, insulin resistance can affect anybody. Girls, boys. Insulin resistance is different on its own because every human being needs insulin. Insulin is very important when we're eating something. Like I said, insulin is like the Uber. So if your insulin is not working, whether you're girl, boy, man, woman, anybody can get insulin resistance. So when you start having like the dark patches, and yes, that could be a sign of insulin resistance for men as well. So they would have to kind of start looking like, what's going on with my insulin? Or am I eating too much sugar? Like that's something they could also look into. Now for women, if it's insulin resistance plus PCOS, that's a different, that now you have to be looking like, okay, I'm not only dealing with insulin resistance because now it has caused me other problems. Just because I have ovaries or just because I carry estrogen is now pointing to something else. Now guys could have it and it could be maybe they're overweight or maybe they need to lose some weight. They maybe need to cut down on their sugar. But yes, insulin resistance on its own can affect men and women. It doesn't matter. That one doesn't discriminate. PCOS is just only for women. It just affects women. If you have ovaries and you produce estrogen, it's trying to go towards that direction. So that's why. Yeah. So guys, as I was saying, if you have any questions, keep putting them down below. I'm enjoying this. This is my first live on TikTok, by the way. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if they have any questions for me, but if y'all have questions, I'm here to answer. I'll be here all day. Y'all ask me questions all the time in DM. I just thought to come on here and, share what I know and how I could help you. If you're not following me, make sure you go ahead and click right there to follow so you don't miss anything from me. So definitely, let me see. I don't know why it says invite people to be a guest. Are y'all requesting it or is TikTok just telling me to invite people. I'm not sure what is if you want it if you want I don't know if I need to be inviting people, but if you want to speak you could come on. The more the merrier. I don't mind. Oh, someone did request to be on. Hi.
Hello, how are
Did you
you?
request to be on? Because I'm not sure what I'm doing here with TikTok.
I did. I did.
Perfect. Okay. I thought I
I
was
did. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. That's a good teaching, though. I
Oh,
was
thank
passing
you.
by. I saw you, like, I was like, oh, wait, let me listen to her
Oh,
and
thank you.
understand what she's saying.
Yes. Thank you so much. What is your name?
My name,
Yes.
Maria.
Maria. Okay, thank you, Maria. Did you have any questions? I know you're the one who's been asking
Yes, I'm
questions.
the one. I'm the one. And
Okay.
all that. I just wanna ask, but I know it. I just wanna test more of your knowledge.
Oh, okay. Well, did
Because,
I pass?
yeah, you
I
did.
passed.
You did. You did. You
Let them
did
people
do it.
know.
So,
She said I passed, guys.
yeah, so you did. So I just want to say, oh, let me test her knowledge and all that. So you did a good job.
Oh, thank
You
you.
know,
Thank
keep
you.
it
I'll
up.
take
Yeah.
that.
So I know more about it because I'm a type one DM. I have a type one DM
Mm,
when I was 16.
okay.
So I based more of into research
Mm,
to learn more about it while growing up. So it's not a new thing like to me. So I've been through it 27 years. So
oh, 27 years.
mm-hmm. I
I know
know
that's
that.
not been easy. At some point, you have to just be your best advocate because nobody can advocate more than
Oh yeah.
you know?
I am. I
Hmm.
am, and I advocate for kids too,
Hmm.
like juveniles. I advocate for them like to be strong so they can do it because it's a big challenge when like you are a novice into it. You don't know what to do, you don't know your left, you don't know your right. A child growing up, because we believe growing up like, oh, a child can eat everything, but you have that certain kind of illness that come and say, oh no, you can't eat everything. So it's a tough challenge.
Hmm.
But yeah, a lot of us. So, I was like, oh, okay, she's good. She's doing
Are you
good.
following? Make sure you're following too, so you can get more.
Yeah, no, I did. That's why I wanted you to follow me back too.
Of course.
So I'm following another, and you are Nigeria, right?
Yes, I am. I
You are
am.
Igbo, Ndidi.
Well, is that is a long story, but I'm Bendel Igbo, so like
Okay,
Delta.
okay.
Yes,
I got it.
but
Oh, okay. I'm Igbo too.
my husband is Igbo, so I'll mention again.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's okay, Mama. You're
Thank
doing a
you.
good job. Keep teaching.
Oh,
Just as you are teaching, because if you are talking, if you have someone,
mhm.
like let them be tapping you because that's how it's gonna be making it to be going. So people will know, oh,
Okay.
she's live
Okay.
and all that. So it will be attracting people passing by and all that. But if you are just talking and people are coming in, going out, TikTok will suddenly like sometime just drop you. So
Mm,
as we are talking, if you have someone, or even if it's you, or if you have another account that they don't know is you, you can be using it just to be tapping while you are talking. And they as well have something you can as well buy on TikTok. It's called a clicker.
mm,
Yeah, you just set it up on a different account. Like you see the way you brought me up,
mm-hmm.
you bring that account up, or it can be that account, you put that clicker,
Okay.
use that account to put the clicker on yourself. It will be tapping for you because the tapping is the main thing.
Oh, I
So
see.
it can be throwing you, like bringing you out in the front so people can be seeing, oh, she's live, we need to come in and all that.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you so much, guys. Go ahead
Mhm.
and tap the
Yeah,
screen.
so even if when you are talking, be telling them, guys, come, type the live, so they can be typing, so you can be going. and all that.
All right, I really appreciate that. Thank you for all the tips. I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
Well done. Okay. I'll be coming. Once we open up. I'll be coming, and I'll be on the comment section tapping for you. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome there.
All right, no problem.
Okay. Bye.
Guys, if you have any questions about PCOS or women's health, go ahead and put it down in the comments. This is my first time on live. I just wanted to come here to talk more about, PCOS and women's health and why I decided to choose this lane and help other women. I was tired of suffering and trying to find solutions. I'm a pharmacist and I know all the side effects of every single medication you could bring up. And for me, I just wanted something more natural, and that's my lane. That's why I decided to kind of become a certified functional medicine and nutrition practitioner. I wanted something more natural. So when I started researching, when I was having all my problems with what I was going through, I had severe cystic acne, breaking out. I was experiencing very heavy periods, very severe, painful periods, not just heavy periods. And there was no solution. I would go to dermatologists, I would talk to my doctor, and they were just like, very dismissive about it, like it was normal. But I'm like, no, there are other women and girls around me that don't go through the kind of pain I was going through. And then I had, several miscarriages. I'm like, wait, this is not normal. I think all of this might be under the same umbrella of like something is going on with me as a woman, and nobody's here to talk to me about it. I even spoke to my doctor. I'm like, hey, all the stuff I'm going through, with like losing, babies and stuff, might this be PCOS? And she's like, oh, I don't think so, and she just dismissed it. I'm like, wow, that's all I get? Like no testing, come back and let's look more into this. Like I never got any of that. So I had to do my own research. I had to start learning what kind of foods I needed to stop eating, what I needed to replace. Even me as a person, I would consider myself healthy. I eat all kinds of vegetables and fruits. But in America, it doesn't count because America does something with their foods and their fruits to where it's not natural anymore. So you don't even know what you're eating when you think you're eating grapes that have no seeds, or you're eating oranges that don't say they're, they put so many chemicals and different things to make these plants grow fast right before their time. No seeds, so they're manufactured in ways where it's like, okay, we're pushing these products out for commercial purposes, and then you eat them because you don't know what you're eating and you think you've done something good for yourself, but then you're having all this illness and you're not able to point to where it's coming from. So knowledge of the things you're eating, knowledge of the ingredients, and guys, please, like, if anything I'm saying is making sense to you, go ahead and tap the screen and like so that TikTok knows to push it out. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the likes. So, knowledge, you need knowledge of what you're putting in your body, what you're eating, even the oils, down to the oils that you cook with. Do you know the kind of oils that you need to avoid? Hey, military women, how you doing? I discovered switching over to a vegetarian diet 1 week before my cycle has been a game changer. Yes. Honestly, that is one way to go about it. And, making sure that even as a vegetarian, that those vegetables you're eating are also, good and sourced properly. But definitely, when I was having a lot of my symptoms, I at some point I started going vegetarian. I went vegetarian just because I knew the meat that I was eating, or the kind of foods I was exposing myself to, the meat, it didn't taste normal. And let me explain that. I moved to the US when I was 16. I came from a place where everything was natural. Like you would catch your chickens and your goat and you kill them. Like they were very natural. The texture of the meat is different. When I came to the United States, the texture of the meat was very different. Very soft, very, very, very different. It didn't taste like meat. It was like more like paper. Like someone would just tear it open and just, it didn't taste natural. So for a long time, I stopped eating meat because I didn't understand why the meat felt the way it did. So for me, and I've talked to a lot of people who come from like are immigrants from other countries, and they all say the same thing. So now even my family, I'm back eating like meats because I go to the farm and actually buy it from the farmers and go home, because those ones are like more natural pasture. They don't mess with it with like hormones and different things. So even the foods here, it's crazy. America does so many things just to, meet up with like, numbers and saying they're selling things and making money. They don't care what you're eating. So everything is a game here. And the funny thing, those burger wars with like the CEO, the McDonald's, did y'all see that? Did you see how the CEO, like when the guy came on the screen, I knew he didn't eat McDonald's every single day. He was a liar. And he came on there and said, oh, I eat this product every day. I'm like, that's the first thing. If you eat something every day, you don't call it a product. You name your favorite. You have a nickname for it probably. And he came on there looking all nice and skinny and clean. Like the only thing he takes every day is sparkling water and some kind of acai bowl. I'm like, dude, you don't eat no McDonald's every day because you know what's in there. You're not going to want to eat it. Just like me as a pharmacist, like I know some certain drugs that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stay with the pain. Thank you very much. I'm not taking that one. So that's just how it goes. So you really have to be very knowledgeable and educate yourself. And if you can't educate yourself, or you don't know if you know, then get with someone who knows and follow, and that could help you and, teach you those things. And guys, if you really like what I'm saying, please go ahead and tap the like or tap the screen. And it helps TikTok push my content out so that, more people can see what I'm talking about. I really want this to go out to a whole lot of women who are dealing with PCOS or issues with their women's health and how to deal with it. This is very dear to my heart, and I really want to get it out there. So yeah, that's the problem with, and that's the thing with PCOS. So if you really want to kind of learn how to reverse this in natural ways, if you've not had the answers to your questions, you're tired of feeling tired all the time, because fatigue is something else. You're tired of just opening your refrigerator every 5 minutes to eat some kind of sweet cake or bread, or the sugar cravings or the carbs. You're tired of the weight that never goes away. You're working out, but instead every time you climb on that scale, it's telling you added 2 more pounds, and you're like, but I've been working out and I've been doing this stuff. You're tired of the confusion. Then you definitely want to go ahead and make sure you follow me and reach out to me. Go to the link in my bio. I have so many resources there. I have a free guide that you could start from. But if you want to work with me, definitely we could get on the session and create you a personalized plan that is, for you and your case. So if you need help with, okay, what's in my pantry? What do I need to throw off? What kind of ingredients do I need to start using, and which ones do I need to leave? I'm definitely your go-to. You definitely want to go ahead and reach out to me for those purposes. But does anybody else have a question? If not, I thank y'all for chilling with me on this fine evening, taking your time on a Tuesday evening like this. But if you have any sister, cousin, wife, girlfriend, anybody that needs to hear this information, they're a woman and they're having fertility issues, they're having issues with their weight, they're having issues with their period, or irregular period or no period at all, they need to be following this page and using my resources. So I don't see any other questions. So I guess I answered everybody's questions today. Thank you so much for all the love, guys. All the likes, all the support, all the follows. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Now, since this is my first live, how do I get out of this? Oh, God. But anyways, thank you, guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and DM me, okay? Bye-bye.